Okay, so this question says Joanna is solving the equation 5x squared plus 13x minus 6 is equal to 0. Here's our work. Describe Joanna's mistake. And what are the correct solutions to the equation? So let's take a look at Joanna's work. She got 5x squared plus 13x minus 6 is equal to 0. When she factored, she got 5x minus 2 times x plus 3 is equal to 0. And her solution was x minus 2 or x minus 3 using the zero product property. So we know we can reverse the distributive property to help figure out like what the factors are, and that's going to be my check step. So when I set up my box method, I know that in order to get 5x squared, which goes in the first box, the only two factors of a 5 that I can multiply to get 5 are a positive 1 and 5. So even though I don't see the 1 here, know that that is what x means. So that's how I'm getting 5x squared. I know to get a negative 6, I am going to need to either, first of all, I'm multiplying by a negative times a positive, which gives me a negative result. And so what are those factors of a negative 6? I could get negative 1 and 6. I could get negative 2 and 3. And I could do it the other way around where I have a positive 1 and a negative 6. Or a negative positive 2 and a negative 3. So in these cases, it's very, very important for us to kind of figure out like what goes where. So for example, if I had a negative 1 here and a 6 here, that's going to be 1x, negative 1x. And 5 times 6, that's 30x. I want to get a positive 13, so I know I can't use those two factors. Right, so that doesn't work. Let's test the negative 2 and 3. So if I put a negative 2 here, which would mean I'm ending up with a negative 2x here. And if I put 3 here, 3 times 5, that's 15x, which means I have a positive 15 and a negative 2. When I subtract or simplify this, I'm going to end up with a positive 13, which is actually what I want. So the factors are indeed 5x minus 2 times x plus 3. So she did have the right factors. So we're wondering, what did she actually do? And just to remind us that this, or 5x squared minus 2x plus 15, actually is the same as 5x squared plus 13x minus 6, because we are simplifying or combining our like terms here to end up with positive 13x. So what was the mistake? Because we said that the factors are indeed correct. So since the factors are correct, what is Joanna's mistake? So Joanna's mistake was not setting the factor 5x minus 2 equal to 0 and then before solving. I think she just looked at it, ignored the 5, and was like, oh, x is equal to a positive 2. But we have to start out by setting the factor equal to 0, then subtracting, adding 2 to both sides. When that is done, you would want to divide by 5, because you now have 5x is equal to 2, so you divide by 5 on both sides, which means our x is equal to 2/5. So that is how you would solve.